Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. Here we are. Let's see. Let me share with you the presentation that I have for you today. And this is it. Yes, this is it. I think we're gonna just dive in. Let's see if someone joins in the live, then we can open up for some questions at the end of the session. Otherwise, we're gonna dive right in. Thank you so much for being here. It's a pleasure to have you in this mini training that I've called Content That Converts. And it's a mini training that is designed specifically for yoga, wellness, and retreat entrepreneurs. So everyone under the umbrella of wellness entrepreneurs. Why are you here? Today, I created this training for you who have been showing up on Instagram consistently, and that could be Instagram, could be Facebook. You've been showing up on social media. You've been sharing your passion. You've been talking about your work. You've been telling people about what's the way they can work with you, and you've been showing up how you truly are a leader and how you truly are able to support people and to change people's life with your work. You've been pouring love and care into your posts, whether that's Instagram, Facebook. You've been putting a lot of attention into that, crafting beautiful posts, and you know your work has real value and really brings transformation for people to work with you. And yet, people still are not taking action when it comes to work with you, when it comes to take that decision of taking that next step of joining your one-on-one sessions, of joining your retreats, whatever that is that you're offering to the world, people are not taking that step with you. If this feels like you, if any of this feels like you, my friend, I like you to know that you are in the right place. If we haven't met yet, just let you know that my name is Manu. You probably know me from Instagram, or maybe you are part of my email list. I've been over 15 years in the wellness, retreat, and yoga field. That's how I build my professional background. It's into this world of wellness, yoga, and retreats. I was a yoga and movement facilitator for about 12 years before 2020, before I started supporting specifically yoga and holistic practitioners with business and marketing. And I am passionate about marketing, messaging, and developing, building, and growing a brand that helps you pay the bills. A thriving brand that helps you make the dollars, my friend. And this is why we are here today. By the way, just a little reminder, if you haven't, in case you haven't taken this yet, my friend, I like you to know that I have a mini class called Soulful Carousels That Sell. And this is a class that I prepared about 3 weeks ago, 1 month ago. And some people in my community have been able to have incredible results. And one of them is here. Here's my friend Natasha from Bangkok. She just recently did this mini workshop and she got her post going viral and a lot of people asking about buying her book, which in this case was the thing that she wanted to offer. And I also want to share with you today some of my clients that has been using the same structure that I designed in this little mini workshop, Soulful Carousels That Sell, has been having incredible click rates. Actually, when I created this presentation was a couple of days ago, and today they do have even more people that have click and open this email. So it is amazing. It is a system that really works. If you haven't taken this free mini workshop, I encourage you to take it. And you'll be receiving this video on an email and you will have the links underneath. Or if you're watching this video on YouTube, in the description of this video, you will have links to access this free offer, Soulful Carousels That Sell, the hard-based method to sell your offer. And today we are going to be talking about something which is a little bit like the continuation of this mini workshop because we are talking about content that converts. This mini workshop that I just shared with you, Soulful Carousels That Sells, the whole concept, the whole idea was to share something that has some storytelling element and that helps you connecting with the right people, and then it helps you present your offer. And there is very logic and a specific order, which I designed specifically for that masterclass mini workshop. So today I want to dive in a little bit more about talking about content that converts. And this is very important because obviously if you are a yoga, wellness, holistic entrepreneur, we are super passionate about what we do. And it is most of the times it is easy for us to share what we are passionate about, we love. But sometimes, and I would say even more than sometimes, we forget to be intentional. It is great to connect with people. It is great to share some parts of your story to make your story more relatable to people. But it is important to be intentional and to infuse your storytelling in your content. Okay. I know you might have heard about storytelling. It's a big part of marketing, and I believe it's a very important part. But if it's not intentional, it's not going to do the work that we want it to do. And this is what we're going to be talking about today is how to do that storytelling more intentional. Why is important that your storytelling is intentional? Because it will move people. It will make so that people take the action that you ask them to do. And for today, I want to dive into some of the pieces of content that has been super helpful for me, that have brought business, that have brought client into my business, so that you can take something and you can apply it to your own business. And as you can see here, this is my Instagram account. And by the time I am recording this mini training, I have been on the top of my Instagram these 3 posts. I don't know for how long I'm going to be there. So if you're watching this video weeks or months after, they might not be the same. But I'm gonna also link this post. If you're watching this video on YouTube, I'm going to link the links to the post in the description so that you can always go back and understand those. We're going to be diving into all of them. The first one, it's about when it comes to intentional storytelling, one of the most important things that I like you to pay attention is that you need to share something relevant. We are going to see each one of them, each one of these 3 points. But one of the most important is to share something that is relevant. And when I say relevant, you need to think about who is that person that fits the profile of your dream client. Something relevant can be very general. If we say, I want to share something relevant, but we really need to look from the perspective of, is this going to be relevant to the right person? So before thinking or before considering if something is relevant, think about if it's relevant for that specific person. If you know me, if you have been working with me, you know that I'm very specific about niching and really diving into that person that fits the profile of your dream client. So get to think what is relevant for that person. And if it's relevant for that person, it's going to be much more impactful and it will move people to take the right steps. So if you go to and see and watch this post in here, one of the first things I use this hook, which is 2025. So this is something that ignites curiosity in people. And then in the next slides, I get to share some things that have been happening this year for myself, for my business. But I could choose thousands, if not millions of things that happened to me in 2025. But I decided to pick those specific things that happened into my life, my business that are relevant to you, that are relevant to the yoga holistic practitioner, retreat leader that is building a brand, that is building a business. So if you get to see this post, you get to see that the next slides I'm talking about how I've been invited to talk in some podcasts, how I have some work opportunities that came up because I've been showing up and being very clear and very intentional with my message. So all of these are things that I also invite you to reflect. Every time you get to share something about intentional storytelling, ask yourself, is this relevant? But ask also the next question, is this relevant to the right person, to the right people? And if so, then it's a good idea to share. Let's go to the next one. The next one is to show empathy and understanding. So yes, 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 of course, you want to connect with your people, you want to connect with your community, given that you are having in mind that person that is the prototype of your dream client, you're thinking about that client you might have already be working with. And again, if I'm talking about showing empathy and understanding, this may sound as something very, very general. You can show empathy and understanding in so many different ways. And if I say that I am being pathetic or understanding with my message, if I don't have an idea of who is that person that I want to show my empathy and my understanding to, my message will become very diluted and it won't make any sense. It won't speak to anybody. But if you go and see this post that is at the top of my Instagram, you see that what I'm talking about, the story that I'm talking about, is actually very relevant, as we said at the beginning, with the person that I want to talk to, yoga holistic practitioner, retreat leader, but also shows empathy and understanding. And you can see that. In fact, the first phrase says, 1 year ago, I was burned out and seriously considering shutting down this Instagram account. Many yoga holistic practitioners are in that process right now. They are, for the conversations that I've been having with my clients, the conversations that I've been having with my community, many of them think that they want to burn down, that they want to shut down their Instagram. And so I shared a little bit of the story of what happened to me 1 year ago because I didn't really find a, the way to really connect with my audience in the way that I wanted to. Okay. So if you go to see this post, you'll see what I'm talking about. And you will see also I use this post to promote the mini workshop that I mentioned before, Soulful Carousels That Sells. The idea is for you, when you share something, show empathy and show an understanding in a way that doesn't feel condescending, in a way that feels compassionate, but also in a way that is relevant to that specific person. And finally, the third part that I wanted to share with you, the third piece of the puzzle, and this is one of the ones I was mentioning in one of my recent posts that I see many yoga holistic practitioners are lacking. They are sharing that message. It's about authority. It's about showcasing your authority. And there are so many different ways in which you can showcase your authority as a yoga holistic practitioner. Some of you might be able to showcase your authority by the number of trainings that you have. That's one thing. That's one thing that you can tell your people. How much trainings have you done? Maybe you have even trained with a guru in India. That might be your way to showcase your authority. For some of you, your authority might be perhaps having a big community online, people that have been practicing for a long time, or perhaps you have been working for certain businesses. Maybe you have been working for some hotel or for some retreat or for some center that it's already well positioned as an authority, and you can make use of that to showcase your authority. So in my case, in this post, I talk about my professional and business journey, and I pull from all of the years that I've been working in the yoga, wellness, and retreat industry. Okay. So I invite you to have a look to those posts. As I said, wherever you're watching this, you're gonna find the links. And the next thing we're gonna talk about, because I know you might be here, because you also have been seeing my social media that I'm sharing how I have one blog post that the day of today, the day I am recording this mini training, have made over 6K US dollars. And this is, I want to explain you why and how this happened. And this happened, the story about this is because I wrote this blog post, which is about venues, retreat venues, and what makes them great. And when I wrote this blog post, I usually, as you may know me, I talk with yoga holistic practitioners and retreat leaders, but I also wanted to write something for venues because for my experience working for the Six Senses, I do have some people who want to work with me and some people who work with me that are venue owners. They are building a retreat brand, but they are working from the perspective of being a venue owner. So I wanted to give something to this small community within my community, those venue owners. And I was like, okay, I'm going to write a blog about that. And this piece of content, this blog, is a blog that I've been sharing with people. Anytime I get in contact with a venue owner, I share with them this piece of content. And last year, what happened is that one person that is a venue owner that I share this piece of content with, this was the thing, this blog post was the thing that decided that they wanted to work with me as the consultant for the venue. And obviously, I know it's very, when I say there is one single piece of content that have made me over 6K, of course, we need to bear in mind that there is the context that I've been working with this person, and first they sign up for a month, and then the thing has been going on for longer. So it doesn't mean that the piece of content has been the thing that has done the whole amount of money. Obviously, it has been an interaction between this person and me working for that person. This is what really has made the 6,000. But actually, this piece of content, this blog post, was the thing that made this person decide that they wanted to work with me because what they saw in their blog post. What did they see in this blog post? Exactly the three things that I was sharing with you today. Intentional storytelling. And I'm going to leave the link also for the blog post for you to have a read. But basically, in this blog post, I'm sharing something that is relevant. In fact, as you open, the first thing that you read is a friend. Today, we are talking about the best retreat venues and what makes them great. And I say, if you own a retreat venue and are looking for ways to attract more retreat leaders to their retreats, to do the retreats in your venue, this blog post is for you. So this automatically makes this relevant, makes this piece of content relevant to the person. Why would the person want to read this if this is not relevant to them? So from the start, I made it relevant. Secondly, the next thing I wanted to do is to show empathy. And of course, this is another way to show empathy. It's understanding that they are a retreat owner and that they are looking for retreat leaders that bring clients to the venue. This is also a way to show empathy. It's like telling, hey, I know who you are. I know this is relevant for you. And I know what you are dealing with right now. I know what you're struggling with, and I know you want to bring retreat leaders and clients to your venue. So that makes it relevant and at the same time also shows empathy and understanding. Okay. This blog post is also, even though it's more for the retreat venues, but I also write that if you are a retreat leader or an aspiring one looking for venues but not sure what to look for, this post is for you as well. So it was like a kind of multi-purpose, but it was more directed to the retreat venue. And within the first 5 lines of the blog post, I made it relevant and I show empathy and understanding. So what's the next part? Next part is showcasing the authority. So it's right down here. The next thing that I wrote is I'm speaking from the perspective of someone whose retreat journey began in 2008 when I had my first retreat job. And since then, I've been working internationally with different venues, including being retreats coordinator and retreats director in renowned retreat centers and luxury wellness hotels like Samahita and Six Senses. Okay. So that within the first 10, not even 10 lines, like the first few lines of the blog, the person that is reading understand that it's relevant for them, understand that what's there, it's important and it's something they are looking for. It shows empathy and understanding on my side because I'll tell them, hey, I know what you're looking for and this is for you. And finally, showcase authority. So yes, my friend, thank you. This is all that I wanted to share with you today. I didn't want this mini training to make it very long. I want to let you know again, I want to remind you that links to everything that we have seen today are going to be now in your inbox if you are part of my email list, or if you're watching this mini training, if you're watching it on YouTube, I'm going to leave them in the description. Please remember to take the mini workshop, Soulful Carousels That Sell. And if you do, tag me on Instagram. I'll be super happy to connect with you and to reshare your post. And finally, I want to share with you also a special gift template for creating your own journey. So this is a gift template that I'm going to be sharing with you so that you can create a post like this one here that showcase your journey, your authority, and you can customize for yourself. So that's what I wanted to share with you, my friend. So, okay, so that's it. That's all that I have. I hope this was helpful. And as I say, please check the link because that is going to help you get a better understanding, a better idea of what I'm talking about. That's all for today. Thank you, thank you, thank you for watching this mini training and talk to you soon. Bye bye.